Correct weight Brisbane, 135, 6 lengths by 5, 110.5 the time.
Stalls back in their racing. Asked the Phantom again, missed the jump away, couldn't go early, dropped well back with Spondee. First out here, Blemish away running, landed in front of Lacroix, quickly going up second. Tatari further out with Minx Finale, and there followed just behind those. Over on the inside by Blair, further back a Regal Dane. Then on the outside of it, a Brero. They're 2 lengths in front of China Viceroy, Silver Seraphim. 2 or 3 Arabian Adventure, 2 lengths further back then, Rebel with a Cause. On the outside of Spiritual Healing, well back was Ask the Phantom with Spondee, and 3 to Carolanza coming along the side at the 900 metre mark, and the leader Blemish about a neck in front of Lacroix, and Minx Finale 3 out, a length and a half. Blair up close today, 4th. 1.5 to Tari, and further back in the race in China Viceroy. A Regal Dane the inside, 2 to further back than a Brero. They're followed by Silver Seraphim coming to the turn from Arabian Adventure. Rebel with a Cause has got a big job, so's Ask the Phantom, and further back Spiritual Healing. Then Spondee and Carolanza, 500 to go in the straight, and Blair quickly moved up on the outside of this leader Blemish and shot to the front. Blair by 2 lengths. A Regal Dane followed by Datari, Silver Seraphim, then Arabian Adventure, and Rebel with a Cause coming right down the centre at the 200 metre mark. Blair over 2 lengths in front. Rebel with a Cause is pegging it back quickly, the favourite. Oh, he's dashed straight past Blair. The race is over from a Regal Dane, and Rebel with a Cause, a Queenslander, racing away from Blair. It Asked the Phantom, and Rebel with a Cause wins easily. 3.5 for the run home to Blair. Third Asked the Phantom, then a Regal Dane, further back Silver Seraphim, Datari, followed by Spiritual Healing, Arabian Adventure, Blemish, Carolanza, China Viceroy, Abrero, Spondee, Minx Finale, and Lacroix last of all.
1 Rebel with a Cause, 250, 150, 10 Blair, 750, and 2 Ask the Phantom, 170.
That's bolted in, back second and third last, coming to the home turn after Blair dashed to the front, set up a good break. But this has steamrolled right over the top of them here, the Queenslander, number 1. Number 10 is second, Blair, and third is number 2. Number 2, Ask the Phantom, who again was slow to get going. But one stood out there on that performance, and that's going to win better races that. Rebel with a Cause. Rebel with a Cause has bolted in. First run for just on 6 weeks. Obviously trained up for the race. Solid in the betting. They didn't want to bag anything else outside it. Maybe Ask the Phantom and a bit of money for a Regal Dane, but it's trotted home. Absolutely blitzed. Rebel with a Cause, written by Brett Preble. Preble home on the Rebel here in the Meyer Fashion Plate for an easy win in 122.2. Number 10, second, Blair. Hard horse to follow, but he ran a race today. He jumped with them. Raced handy, hit the front, and Asked the Phantom pulling good ground to run third. Officially fourth, number 1, number 8, I should say, a Regal Dane, and fifth in number 7, Silver Seraphim. 110-2, 8-10-7, 110-2. Trained by... And gates go back and they're off and running. And they've come out in a good line. Tanith, one of the first out with Love Lawn, and further out on the track is Speared and showing speed. So's Hoochie Mama, and from the outside, Lang Kwai Fong. The leader Star went back with Donna Dior on the early stages. Good charge down to the first turn. Tanith over on the inside, had it from Hoochie Mama and Spear Dent. Right behind those over on the inside, Scale the Heights from Love Lawn, as Spear Dent went around the outside and took up the running, and the pace is keen. Spear Dent went out by 2 lengths now to Hoochie Mama second. Tannis at third, there followed by Love Lawn, and then came Lang Kwai Fong, who's fifth but out 3 deep, followed by Tilt the Scales. A length and a half further back in the race, then came Dashing Granada Curvaceous. 2 lengths further back, then came Ikado on the inside of All Time High. Then Lydia's Star, who's moved up on the outside of Miss Bikini. Well back was Pondent Flyer, followed by Dayanira, and Donna Diora's last of all at the 1700 metre mark in the Oaks, and the leader down on the inside is Spear Dent by a length and a half to Lang Kwai Fong. They're followed by Hoochie Mama third. 2 lengths further back in the race, fourth is Love Lawn. Tanith is fifth on the fence, a length further back, Scale the Heights. 2 lengths to Dashing Granada, 2 Curvaceous, 1 further back. Ikado on the inside of All Time High, a length and a half further back, Miss Bikini. They're followed fourth last by Lolita Star. Then came Dayanira, followed by Pot and Flyer. And Donna Dior ridden behind today last of all. They're well strung out in the Oaks at Chiquita Lodge at the 1200 metre mark, and the outsider speared in by a length and a half to Lang Kwai Fong. Third on the inside, Hoochie Mama, a length and a half to Lovelorn fourth. 2 lengths further back in the race, then came on the inside, Tanith getting a good run. Scale the Heights outside it, 2.5 Dashing Granada. A length further back in the race, Ikodo, a length and a half Curvaceous. Then Miss Bikini to the outside of it, All-Time High. 2 lengths, Lolita Star, it still hasn't gone yet, now it's improving. From Dayanira, further back, Pont and Flyer and Donna Dior at the 750 metre mark. And on the inside here, the leader is speared in about 3/4 to Lang Kwai Fong. A length and a half further back than Hoochie Mama, followed by Lovelorn. Then came Scale the Heights from Tanith the Fence, a length and a half, Dashing Granada. Further back, Ikodo, followed in behind the field there by Miss Bikini. Lolita Star is pushed off the track by Curvaceous when they turn for home. All-Time High is in behind them, then Pont and Flyer. In the straight, they race down to the 400 metre mark. Lang Kwai Fong lengthened, hit the front now from Lovelorn. Wider out on the track, Scale the Heights from Lolita Star out in the middle. Then came further back, All-Time High. It's Lovelorn going up to the leader. Lang Kwai Fong at the 200 metre mark from Dashing Granada. And on the outside, Lolita Star, then Tanith. It's Lang Kwai Fong coming at it. Lovelorn followed by Lolita Star. Lovelorn's got its head in front near the line. Lovelorn has won the Oaks in a photo from Lang Kwai Fong. Third home, Lolita Star. Fourth is Dashing Granada, followed by Tanith. Then a gap in the race, Miss Bikini, All-Time High. Scale the Heights and further back, Hoochie Mama, followed by Donna Dior Curvaceous. Pont and Flyer well back in the race. Then came Ikodo, Dayanira, and speared in after leading up is last of all.
9, Lovelorn, 1940, 630. 7, Lang Kwai Fong, 260. And 4, Lolita Star, 150.
Number 9, Lovelorn, B. Preble has won the Oaks for the year 2000. Number 9, number 7 is second. Lang Kwai Fong, ridden by Karen McAvoy, who nearly made it the big double from Cup Day in the Oaks today, and Lolita Star, number 4. Stephen Baster is third. So the Hawk stable have made it back-to-back after winning with Tributes last year. Lovelorn always handy, getting to Lang Kwai Fong. Then further out was Dashing Granada and Lolita Star. But Preble getting everything from this filly, and she's kicked sufficiently to beat Lang Kwai Fong and Lolita Star. So the stable of Hayes have got second and third, with Lolita Star probably running a race before the event, sweating up and getting a little uptight, but she had a chance to run them down, but the race was basically dominated by the horses up front. And the best of the back markers certainly was Lolita Star, but she just couldn't make up the ground. Lovelorn, trained by Johnny Hawkes for the Ingham family, getting to Lang Kwai Fong. They're having a great battle inside the 200. Dashing Granada looking a big threat, and then Lolita Star slowly but surely gathering them up. But Lovelorn, Brett Preble, has kicked sufficiently to take the Oaks for 2000. 9, 7 and 4. 9, 7, 4 officially. Fourth is number 5, and that is Dashing Granada, running a terrific race. Right there with them in this great duel for the winning post. Dashing Granada in fourth placing. Tanith is officially fifth at a victory salute by Brett Preble shortly after the line at 1940 and 630. 260 Lang Kwai Fong, Lolita Star, $1.50. 1940 and 630, 260 and 150, 89.30 Quinella, 89.30. The exacta 204.20, 204.20 for the exacta, a trifecta of 654.20, 654.20 for the trifecta. The race to race double 1 and 9. Rebel with a cause, and Lovelorn has paid $80.20. 80.20 and 235.3. Good finish. Lang Kwai Fong kicked to the front after going forward right from the jump away, up nice and handy, given its chance to win, ran to the front. McAvoy must have been sensing victory down at the 200 metre mark after winning the Melbourne Cup, and here was his chance for another big one, the fillies Group 1 of the year. But Lovelorn really started to dig in, and she was fighting plenty as she got to the upper hand over Lang Kwai Fong. And Lolita Star was a grinding run. She kept coming. You couldn't knock her for that. She just kept chipping away slowly but surely, and she hasn't missed by a great deal. But it's Lovelorn and the Inghams by Grand Lodge from Lovesick. The Masqué mare raced by the Woodland Stud, and for the second year, their filly has taken out the VRC Oaks, the Crown Oaks, here this afternoon after Tributes did it last year for them with D. Gauchi up. Brett Preble in the saddle today, and a delighted Brett. He made the carnival his own, really, in many ways in '99, and he's not far short of the mark again this year. He loves winning like all jocks, but this young man, he gets the real adrenaline rush when it gets down towards the finishing line, and it's a big win for Bretty. as he brings the filly back for Johnny Hawkes. Lang Kwai Fong so close, so too is the leader star after the running of the Oaks for this year. The totes you have, the trifecta, 654.20. Love Lawn. They're racing this time, and they came out in a good line. Ella Shan on the inside actually won the start from Big Pat, and moving forward Super Classic, and further out Cathedral End. Hurricane Fighter is rushing forward also when they sort themselves out, and the leader is Super Classic from Hurricane Fighter going up second. Third Cathedral End, and fourth is Ella Shan from Cocorico. Over on the inside Scenic Warrior. Further back in the race then came Big Pat. They're followed by McBeal, who's just drifted back in the race. Outside it came Danamania. Further back in the race, Mandalay. The inside of it, Big Doug, and last of all, Rain Gauge at Chiquita Lodge. They've gone a bit quick. On the outside of the 1200, Hurricane Fighter took it up now. Hurricane Fighter for Charles went out 2.5 in front. He'll slow the speed. In second placing, Super Classic. Two further back in the race then, Cathedral End. Alashan is fourth. The inside, a length and a half further back, Cocorico. On the inside of it then came Scenic Warrior. They're followed by Big Pat to the outside, Mandalay. Two further back in the race then came McBeal. Well back was Danamania, followed by Rain Gauge, and Big Doug is last of all. 800 metres out, Hurricane Fighter 3/4 in front from Super Classic on the outside. A length further back, Cathedral End. Right behind those, Alashan over on the inside of Cocorico. Scenic Warrior, the grey, back along the inside of Big Pat. Mandalay is out wide, further back Danamania, followed by McBeal, third last from Rain Gauge, and last of all, when they turn for home, is Big Doug. Around the turn they race inside the 600. Hurricane Fighter getting off the fence, Alashan up on the inside. Scenic Warrior starting to drive through near the rail, and Big Pat comes at them very quickly up wider with Cathedral End. Then out late is McBeal, followed by Danamania. Scenic Warrior up on the inside and coming at it, Big Pat. They draw clear. It's Big Pat and Scenic Warrior, and McBeal with a late run with Rain Gauge out wide of it. Scenic Warrior hit the front at the 80-metre mark. Oliver rides hard. Scenic Warrior in front of Big Pat and Scenic Warrior. 3/4 Big Pat, a half away third is Rain Gauge, then a gap McBeal. Further back Cathedral End, Danamania, followed by Hurricane Fighter. Then Cocorico. Further back was Big Doug. Then Alashan. Well back was Super Classic. And last of all is Mandalay.
2 Scenic Warrior, 5.10, 2.20 from 8. Big Pat, $3.10. And number 3, Rain Gauge, 2.40. Claire, race 5, 1 Recollection, 5 and 1.40. 2 Flirt with Danger, 1.90. Money back. 3 is at 4 Sweet Spirit, 25, 5.60. 5 Empress Waltz, 7 and 2.10.
Good crowd.